Hi guys, thank you so much for coming back for another video. My name is Chantel Casal, and this channel is all about love, marriage, and travel. If you like what you see today, please go back and watch some of my other videos and like, share, comment, and subscribe. We can always use some new subscribers. So today's video is probably one of my favorite topics to talk about. It's all about love language. If you are a married couple, or even if you are in a long-term relationship, you already know that it can be easy to get caught up into a routine. Meaning it's easy to kind of forget that you have to pour into your partner because maybe you're pouring into your kids, maybe you're pouring into your job, maybe you're pouring into your YouTube channel or your Instagram account. And it's extremely important to remember that your family started with you and your spouse. That's the foundation, and you have to keep that foundation strong and happy. It's important to pour into your spouse, and I'm so happy and glad I get to talk about the different ways in which you can do that, which I'm going to get started with in just a bit. I would like to go over the 5 love languages, and I just want everybody to know and understand that everybody, like for example myself, all 5 love languages appeal to me. But when you take the exam to figure out what your love language is, you want to focus on the top 3. So the top 3 will be the percentage in which, or the highest percentage that specific love language appeals to you or your partner. And so, not to say that you can't really indulge in the other 2, but those top 3 will be the focal point, and then the other 2 should come like thereafter. So the first love language that I'm going to go into today is quality time. Now, if you've seen any of my past videos, you know that quality time is something I mention in almost all of my videos. And that's because it's one of my top 3 love languages. And what quality time means is that you and your partner spend time together, but while giving each other your undivided attention. And that is the key, that undivided attention part. Because it's so easy to just be in the same room with someone, but just because you're in the same room with them does not mean y'all are spending quality time together. And the next love language I'm going to discuss is physical touch. So physical touch is my husband's, one of his top 3 love languages. And that consists of holding hands, it consists of kissing, it consists of hugs, and just touching your partner, getting a foot rub or giving a foot rub. And also it consists of intimacy. That's what I was looking for. It consists of intimacy. And I think that part was pretty obvious. When people think of physical touch, they usually go towards that and kind of forget about everything else. The next love language is going to be gifts. So gifts can be small, it could be a DIY project, it could be just a thought, like I thought of you in this moment and I wanted to give you this gift. So it doesn't have to be you buying a house or anything. It doesn't have to be something too expensive or extremely extravagant, which those gifts are nice too. It could also just be, you thought of your spouse on the way home from work and you decided to give them flowers. Gifts can be small, and the main thing to remember about gifts is it's the thought that counts. The next love language is words of affirmation. So words of affirmation is basically giving your spouse a compliment, an unsolicited compliment. So they didn't do something amazing and you're just like, oh my goodness, this is why I love you, you're so smart, right? You just want to give them compliments, and then also tell them that you love them. Everyone likes to be complimented, but some people like to be showered with compliments. So that will be words of affirmation. And then the last love language is going to be acts of service. So acts of service is doing work around the house, maybe laundry, washing the dishes, taking the load off of your partner if you see that they're too stressed, maybe taking the kids out for ice cream while your partner takes a nap or something like that. So that would include acts of service. I learned about the love languages when myself and my husband went to therapy. I have 3 tips for you guys that I do to make sure that I am pouring into my husband and that he is pouring into me. The first tip that I have for you guys is actually an app, and this app was really useful when I first learned about the love languages. It's called the Love Nudge, and I will insert a picture or something like that. But it's called the Love Nudge, and the Love Nudge is such a great tool because one, it's free. Two, when you first get onto the Love Nudge, you take a quiz. So I took a quiz, my husband took a quiz, and that is just to figure out what's our top 3 love languages. Once you have the quiz down packed, we linked our accounts, and based on your top 3, it has like a list of things you can do, you and your partner can do to pour into each other's love tank. So I create a list of things that I would like him to do to fill my love tank, and I send it to him. So he has my list in his phone and I have his list in my phone. So I'm gonna real quick go through his list and kind of read it off so you guys can get somewhat of an idea of what it looks like. So his list consists of cleaning the bathroom, vacuuming the house, surprise hug, cuddle on the couch, long hug. He wants me to initiate intimacy, and then a secret handshake. So those are the things that he decided, like the list he created that I have on my phone. And then when I do those things, I can check it off the list, and then it fills up his love tank, like literally in my phone, and like adds to his little love tank. So I thought that was kind of cool. The app also reminds you, like it gives you little nudges and say, hey, did you remember to fill up your husband's love tank? I would definitely recommend that app if you are new to the love languages, or you want to make sure that you're filling up your partner's love tank. It's, like I said, it sends reminders. So if you forget easy, or if you have a whole bunch of things going on in your day, this app will help you to remember to include your spouse to that list of things that you have going on that day, so that you can fill their love tank. Another thing that we continue to do is checking in with each other and with ourselves. So what I mean when I say that is, we're forever evolving and stuff like that, people. So quality time is one of my top 3, but next year it may not be, or next month it might not be. Maybe it's going to be words of affirmation or acts of service. So I need to be checking in when my husband is filling my love tank, or doing those specific things that I gave him a list for, or whatever he comes up with on his own to fill my love tank. If that's not working, I need to reevaluate and see if that's still my top 3 or if it's changed. So I need to check in with myself in that way. And then once I check in with myself, if it has changed, just tell him, like, okay, this was what it was before, but this is what it is now. Maybe it is words of affirmation, and so these are the things I need you to do for me. Or sometimes maybe it is still, within the 3 that I have, maybe something that he's doing just really isn't cutting it. So I still want him to show me quality time, but maybe not in this way, maybe not sitting in the dark talking. Maybe I want him to show me quality time in another way. So just checking in to make sure that your partner is filling your love tank the way that you need it to be filled, and vice versa, making sure you're filling his or her love tank the way they need it to be filled. And the last tip that I have would be to be spontaneous with it. We, like I said earlier, a lot of times we're based on routine, and this app could cause that mundane routine, like, okay, just kind of checking the box. I don't want it to be like that. I don't always want to vacuum the house and be like, okay, well, I vacuumed the house, so I filled your love tank. No, because there's other things that I can do to fill my husband's love tank. And if I'm constantly always vacuuming the house, maybe it doesn't feel like I'm filling his love tank if I'm always ever only doing that. So switch it up, be spontaneous, try something that's not on the list. That would be a great way to end a stressful week, or a stressful year, or a stressful 6 months. So make sure you're being spontaneous, make sure you're communicating and checking in with yourself and your husband or wife. Last but not least, make sure you download this Nudge app, and it doesn't have to be this one. I'm sure there are other love language apps that you can use. And maybe you're not into technology. Maybe you and your husband can just take the test and then decide to write out a list of things that you guys think that you might want from each other. So that's all I have for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys are going to take the test to figure out what your love languages are and what your partner's love languages are, and fulfill those needs. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.